oh my gosh, she's gay, what are we gonna do, this is not okay, she's going to hell in our Christian school, whatever. She gave it to me. She did it to me, right? Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kiana, you already know, and well, you don't know. And also, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, join the family, because we're on our way to 300 subscribers. And I just want to say I appreciate every last one of you. Okay, so today, as you can see by the title, I'm gonna be telling you the story time on the first and very last time that I got suspended while I do my senior bucket list, because as you guys know, I'm gonna be a senior this year, and it's looking kind of like we're not gonna have a senior year, but I'm gonna make the best of it. I don't care if I gotta go to school or go to the college campus and sit outside with my laptop and my notebooks and take notes and work. I'm going, and my friends are gonna hang out with me. Don't care. But I don't have friends. I have about 4, like a good 4, whatever. Okay, so as you guys can see, I already decorated it because it would have been like too much to decorate it and then, you know, like make the list at the same time. And I really don't know what to put on it. But all right, so I'm gonna be telling you guys the story time on how I got suspended for being gay. So let me just give you guys a little context, right? A little context, like a backstory. So this was in 7th grade, and I wasn't living in Jamaica at the time, and I was in high school, because high school starts at 7th grade in high school in Jamaica. So I was in high school, and this was like a Christian school. I don't know, but it was all girls, and it was really strict because, like, if you're an honor student or you're smart or whatever, like, you go to that school, or yeah, like if you go to that school, you have good grades, so like they expect like so much of you and all that, and you're supposed to abide by the rules. And this is not like abiding by the rules. Like in America, like you can just do whatever you want. In Jamaica, in schools, you can't just do whatever you want, like just go about having fun doing this. I couldn't wear earrings, I couldn't dye my hair. I wouldn't dye my hair, but I'm just saying, like, stuff you can't do. I couldn't wear certain colors. I couldn't wear a certain color sweater. My socks would have to be folded a certain way, and just all that. And it's just like, it was just like so strict. And like, you guys already know, like, I don't like authority. Like, I just don't. Like, I feel like they traumatize me. Like, I can't. So how I got suspended for being gay is that when I was in 7th grade, I was having the time of my life. Like, I had a good friend group. My friends, like, if you want a good ass friend, like a friendship, like a real down friend, get a Jamaican friend. Like, Jamaicans are so real. I mean, of course you have a little fake here and there, but like Jamaicans, like friendships, you need a Jamaican best friend in your life. I don't care what you say, like, because the thing about like being Jamaican is that, like, because it's such a hostile like country, like the simplest thing you do that's considered switching up, like people literally kill you and stuff there. And in high school in Jamaica, they do not fight. They do not fight. Like, when I say they don't fight, they kill you, or they do something to you, they hurt you, where you have to go to the hospital and recover. It's no fighting. They don't fight you. Like, if you step on someone's shoe in school and you have a nasty attitude about it, like you don't care, just know the next day you're either like gonna be greeted by some, like a few people or just one person, and they're gonna stab you. They're just gonna do whatever just to get rid of you. And people don't go to jail in Jamaica. Like, They don't go to jail. The police don't care. If I feel like you violated me, I could kill you the next day and life is okay. Unless, of course, you kill someone in school where everyone saw you and they noticed you, you're gonna get expelled, and I don't know if you're gonna go to jail. You might get charged a little bit, but nobody cares. Like, you can just do whatever you want. It's a free country. Kill whoever you want, whatever. And that's how it is. That was my backstory. This time that I got suspended, I was supposed to get expelled, but because of my grades, they kept me in the school. So in 7th grade, you know, like as I said, having the time of my life. I was it was paradise. Like, my friends was good, everything was good, grades were good, I was eating good, like I was living the life. I was living like Larry, right? So this time, me and one of my friends, what's her name? So there's this one day, me and 4 of my friends, 4 of them, we were just chilling in the back of the classroom. It was like lunchtime. We were chilling, having the time of our life. And this time, like, you know how you have your homeroom class? You know how you have homeroom classes in America? Homeroom for Jamaicans is your form teacher, right? So me and my other friends, we just did not like the form teacher at all. Like, she just did too much. She tried too hard. And me being me, I don't care who you are, you're not gonna run me over. You're just not gonna run me over. You're not gonna tell me what to do. You're not gonna try to boss me around. You're not gonna do any of that, right? You're not gonna do any of that. So that's how she kind of was. And because I stand up for myself and I do not take BS from anyone, and you're not gonna sit there and accuse me, because they expect children should not speak when adults are speaking, or you shouldn't correct adults when you're being like accused or whatever. And that's how she was, the form teacher, which would be your homeroom teacher in America. And I was just like, no. And she would make it her main duty to make sure that I was in line and everything, just because she knows that, like, I'm like that, you know what I mean? So me and my friends, we were just like there, and we were like, how can we piss her off? Like, how can we piss her off? Like, we just want to piss her off, because we know how she get. But this time, she was not playing no games. Like, she was not playing no games. So, you know, she was not playing no games. So me and my friends were in the back of the class, and we're like, hey, let's give each other hickeys. Because in Jamaica, being gay is not tolerated. So if you come to school in the morning and you don't have a hickey, and by the end of the day you have a hickey, that means that a girl gave it to you, because we're in an all-girls school. And they were flabbergasted, okay? Like, it's in the handbook. Like, you can't even hug people. You have to give people a church hug. And me and my friends are close. Like, we sit on each other, we hug each other and stuff like that, because we are friends. Like, and they would get mad because I'd hug my friends and do all of that, because who are you to tell me I cannot hug my friends? So we're like, how can we piss her off? So we're like, okay, let's give each other hickeys, right? So my friends gave me a hickey, I gave them a hickey, whatever. And you know me, like, I'm gonna make sure she sees it. So I pulled out my collar, because I wore uniforms, we wore uniforms, so she could see it. So then she saw it and she's like, what is that? Come here. So I went to her, because, like, teachers are all up in your business. Like, they'll take your phone and go through it. Like, that's how they are, because they believe, like, a village raised a child, which is nonsense. But okay, like, I just couldn't survive in that country, period. So she was like, what is that on your neck? Come here. And I was like, there's nothing on my neck. She was like, why is that on your neck? Like, why do you have a hickey on your neck? I was like, there's nothing on my neck. I don't know what you're talking about. So she proceeded to take me, just me. Mind you, my other friends had a hickey too. But because of the fact that she didn't like me, you know, she's gonna do that. So she brought me to the deans, and they were like, yeah, she has a hickey on her neck. And the 2 deans that were in there, one of them were like, oh, what boy gave that to you, blah, blah, blah. They were going on. And then the other one was like, hey, let me take a picture of that. So she took a picture of it. And then they were like, okay, we're gonna call your mom. At this point, I'm just like, okay. First of all, I live 2.5 hours away from the school. And my mom making that trip, she did not enjoy that. And she made it a bunch of times, trust me, because... So, yeah. So, they were like, yeah, I'm gonna call your mom. And at this point, I was just like, why do you need to call my mom about something on my body, right? So then they call my mom, right? And they were like, it was a Thursday. This happened a Wednesday. And they called my mom. They were like, do not let her come back to school if you're not coming with her. So my mom was working and she couldn't go to school the next day with me. So she had to wait until Friday. So I skipped school Thursday. And I've never missed a day of school. So me missing school is just like crazy because I was popular in school. So they're just like, bro, where did she go? Like, whatever. And then, so, you know, Friday came, we went to school. And let me tell you how this lady's messed up, right? The meeting was supposed to be me, my mom, the form teacher, the 2 deans. Yeah, all 5 of us, right? Tell me how this lady, and in high school, mind you, in Jamaica, you take 14 classes. Like, you have to take 14 subjects. So, like, you know how you have, like, English, blah, 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 English, math, whatever. You take 14. So, you took, like, religious education, music, dance, physical education, geography, biology. Like, every class, everything was like a class itself. Like, you just had to do it. Like, you had to do track and field. Like, so you're balancing 14 subjects while they're torturing you, right? So she went and picked through all of my 14 classes that had a problem with me. And the people who came were like, I think it was only my math teacher. Yeah, it was only my math teacher that came because she was worse than the form teacher. She just did not like me because I would talk back to her because you're just not going to disrespect me. I don't care if you're Mary or Joseph, you're just not going to disrespect me. So we're there in the meeting. They're talking about me like I'm not there. Here we are talking about how disrespectful I am and everything. And my mom's just like, yeah, she's not like that, because I really was not like that. They were just like adding stuff. And I'm just like, y'all lying, but I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you guys. Like, I wasn't standing up for myself. Like, I was just standing there just like, okay, like, just because I already know, like, at the end of the day, they were gonna give me a suspension. I just thought it would be like a couple weeks. But here they were trying to expel me, and they were just going on and on and on and on and on. And then the main dean was just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. I don't even know why. The second dean was in there because she had nothing to do with it. In her class, all I did was sleep, so she could not say I disrespect her because I don't have the time to disrespect her when I'm sleeping. So we're in there, they're talking about me, they're going on and on and on, saying I'm disrespectful, and I talk back, and I'm the worst student they've ever seen in their life, knowing that that's not true. And it was going on and on. And at this point, my mom is getting triggered because she's just like, what the? But the main reason we were there is about the hickey. So they started talking about this hickey situation, and they were like, how did it get there in the first place? And I'm just like, she gave it to me. She did it to me, right? But I wasn't like throwing my friends under the bus. I was just like, me and my friends were playing around and we were giving each other hickeys. At this point, they're triggered, they're falling out because they're just like, oh my gosh, she's gay. What are we gonna do? This is not okay. She's going to hell in our Christian school, whatever. Right? So then they proceeded to bring in one of my friends, right? One of like the friend who actually gave me the hickey. And they brought her in, right, into the office. We're in there talking. They were questioning this girl. And they were like, oh, so is she your friend? Is she your best? No, they were like, is she your best friend? She was like, no, she's not my best friend. Because that was my dog. Like, that's my dog. Even until this day, even though she lives in a separate country, that's still my dog. Like, I mess with her heavy because they're my dogs. Like, compared to my American friends, and I have some real down friends for me here, but my friends back home, like, they're just like, nobody can top them. I don't care who you are, you cannot top my friends back home, right? Like, they're the realest people I've ever met in my life. Like, they'll catch a case for me. I know that. So they were questioning her. They were like, is she your best friend? Blah, blah, blah. She was like, no, she's not my best friend. They were like, are you guys close? She was like, yeah, we're close and stuff. And they were like, well, maybe you need to find new friends. And she was just like, they had her messed up because my friends knew who I was. My friends knew I'm down, like, I'm loyal. Like, I was never fake to any of my friends. Still to this day, never fake to any of my friends. So they're questioning her. Next thing you know, you hear a knock on the door. I turn around and her mom and dad is walking in. Mind you, Jamaican parents do not play. So at this point in the meeting, they're discussing what to do with me. But, you know, they had to bring her in there because she was a part of it. And, of course, they didn't want to do anything to her because she was kind of respectful to adults. And I'm not. I don't care. Whatever. So she was kind of respectful. Like, she was just keeping it calm or whatever. So she was standing there. And they were talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And then I was just like, okay. Like, at this point, I'm catching the attitude because they're just saying stuff. But mind you, I just wanted to be over. I didn't even care. Like, I didn't even care what they were saying. But they were lying. Like, they were mad lying. The only part that it was right about is that I'm disrespectful. And the only reason I'm disrespectful is because they try to push me and not tease me. But, you know, adults, like, they're gonna do stuff in a subtle way that doesn't seem like they're picking on you. Like, if at that school, if you're walking by an adult and you have to say good morning and you have to stop to let them walk by, what is that? What the hell is that? Like, I'm not gonna stop. Like, doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm just not gonna stop. So they would do stuff like that. This one time I got in a car accident, right? And the next day I came to school, I was walking. Mind you, I'm traumatized. Like, I almost freaking died. And then I walked by this lady, the second dean, and she went and told the main dean that I walked by her without saying anything. And she called me to the office and she was just like, oh, you haven't learned your lesson. And I'm like, ma'am, I almost died a couple days ago and you want me to walk by you and make sure that I say good morning when I was one who almost died and you didn't even say, hey, how are you? Glad that you didn't freaking die. So anyways, they're in this meeting discussing me, talking mad stuff. And at this point, I'm getting an attitude and my mom's getting mad and I'm getting an attitude. Because, like, at that point, I don't care. Like, I was just being reckless. So then they proceeded to talk about the other girl, my other friend that's in there. And then her parents do not play. Like, they don't play. So they're talking about her and stuff. And next thing you know, they're talking and talking and talking. And one thing led to another. And her mom slaps her in the face so hard that I jumped. Like, when I said I jumped, I was like startled. Like, I was like, wait, whoa, hold on. What is going on? What is going on? I thought we were having a meeting just to settle this little. And here we are. A mom is abusing her kids. The teachers are saying stuff. And at this point, they're just like, oh my gosh, there's no need for that. And the thing is, if my mom had did that to me, they would be so satisfied. Like, they would be so satisfied. And they try to manipulate me, talking about, oh, you're running your mom over. And at this point, I was like, wait. I'm running my mom over? Do you know my mother? Like, do you know my mother? The audacity that I would have, right? So at this point, they're just like, okay, calm down. Please don't hit her. They're talking about my friend. Please don't hit her and stuff. And I feel like they were just waiting for my mom to just beat my ass. Like, just beat my ass. Like, they were just waiting on that. So, kind of getting carried away. We're almost at the end of the list. We have 3 more to go. So, let's take a quick break from this story time. So, what I have so far on my list is... Okay. My throat is dry. Okay. So on my list, you guys can see right here. So what I have is to do a sunrise with my friends. I have done a sunrise before. I'm gonna put a picture in there with my friends, but...
So these are my friends, Kyla and Cami.
And sleepover with my senior friends. I want to get a 5.0 GPA. We're gonna get that. I'm gonna apply to at least one Ivy League college for fun. Because I say for fun because, like, I can get into an Ivy League college, but like, I don't even know if I want to go to college, but we're not gonna talk about that. Okay, and then sunset with friends, sunrise, sunset, you know, both. And I want to become a varsity cheerleader because you have to try it every year, so you're not sure what team you're going to be on. Participate in Spirit Week. I want to go all out and make videos and buy costumes and all that. Just go all out. And I want to appear in the yearbook a lot. I appear in the yearbook quite a few times, but I want to be in there a lot. And it says purchase a varsity Letterman jacket. I want one of those, and I'm gonna get one. Next thing is learn to drive. I need to learn how to drive. The other thing is pull an all-nighter at Walmart. I've never done that before. We're not gonna skip school. We're just gonna go out, have fun, pull an all-nighter out, and then we go to school the next morning. That might be a video. Next is perfect attendance. I messed up my attendance around the end of sophomore year, but hey. Next thing is become class president. This is in the making. I have some ideas, so we're gonna manifest it. Do I think I could win? Yeah, low key. We're gonna try to become class president. Next is capture every moment. I want to take pictures. I want to live in the moment. And there is this scene from The Office where what's his name? Ed Helms. That's his real name Andy. That's his name in real life. But he said, I wish there was a way to tell that you're in the good old days before you leave the good old days.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
And I just kind of want to live by that. Like, I want to be in the moment, capture the moments, all the moments. And next, I want to socialize more because I'm kind of antisocial. Like, I don't go out. I just started like going out and stuff, and I still don't, but I barely do. So I want to socialize more and also hang out more. And the next thing is I want to achieve A's in all my classes. Back to the story. So at this point, you know, her mom hits her or whatever, and did she cry? I think she shed a little tear, but she wasn't like bawling crying because like we're used to that. Everybody, you know, we're used to it. So at this point, they wrapped up the meeting and they were like, okay, we're gonna go figure out what to do with these people, right? So I already know that I was getting suspended. My mom was kind of worried like that I was gonna get like about 15 days or something, but like I wasn't even thinking about how many days I would get. I just wanted them to shut up so I could leave, take the suspension, come back to school, figure out my life, and just move on, because they were lying. Like literally they were lying. So they wrapped up a meeting trying to figure out. Oh yeah, I went back to class. Me and my friend went back to class, and all my friends were like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, you already know she was gonna do that. Like, you know she was lying, blah, blah, blah. And me and my friends were just like talking about the whole situation. And then at the end of the day, this is where it gets messed up. At the end of the day, my mom went home. I went to class, you know. And at the end of the day, we had to go pick up the letter to let me know how many days I got of suspension. Because, like, going back to the meeting, they're like, at this point, before they wrapped up the meeting, they were like, okay, but what are your grades? Because they thought I was delinquent. Like, they thought I was delinquent. They thought that I was stupid. And when they were like, okay, but what are your grades, though? Like, how do you find, like, you must be not smart if you find time to act like this. And my form teacher was like, the fact that she's like this, but she's always top 10 in the class. Like, I was top 10 in that class, and there was 35 people. I was top 10. And they were like, I don't know, because she's so smart, yet she acts like this. Which shows you they were the reason I was acting like that, because they kept pushing me. They would push me all the time to be rude to them. And if you're pushing me, I'ma push back, honey. I'ma push back. Like, I'ma go so hard. Like, I'm the nicest person until I explode. Like, you do not want to get on my bad side. So at that time, I was just reckless and not, you know, whatever. So their plan was to expel me from the school. And then they checked my records, and like, if you're a smart person in schools like that, of that, like, whatchamacallit, of that level, like, if you're in that school and like you go to schools of that level, like, they're considered top tier in the country. So if you're a smart person at that school, they want to keep all the smart people there. So if you're like stupid and you fool around and you get bad grades, it's nothing for them to expel you, because like, whatever. So at this point they're considering like expelling me, and they were checking the grades and stuff, and they're like, yeah, like, they realized like this person like brings the school average up. So you can't afford to lose someone who's bringing the school average up, because that like brings you down and down and down, and doing that, like, it degrades the value of the school. So them noticing that, they were just like, yeah, dang. They were like, damn. Like, they were punching air at this point when they realized they couldn't expel me. Like, and that's why I'm all about grades and stuff, because no matter what in life, nobody can take your education from you. Like, I'm literally so smart that even if you hate me, you can't call me stupid. Like, I make it my main duty to be smart, literally, just so I can like shit on other people when they try to shit on me. Because like, you try to shit on me, like, if I was stupid, I would not act like that. But I make it my point of duty to be smart, so nobody can ever class me, like, ever. Okay, so again, so then, you know, at the end of the day, I went to the office, me and my friend, to pick up our letter, and I open it. I realized, okay, I got 3 days suspension. I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then they gave me 3 days suspension. And then for my friend, she got ISS, she got in-school suspension, and she had to clean the culinary room. They did not feed her. They freaking let this girl starve. For 3 days she went to school. She only was eating when she got home. And we were at school from 7 a.m. until 2 p.m. And every day they kept that girl in that room cleaning and stuff, and cleaning after people. She could not talk to anybody. She just had to clean and wash the dishes and do all of that. And then I was home, and I got 3 days of suspension. And I got home, my mother was livid. Like, when I tell you, she was livid. And then at the same time, like, before So like I forgot to put this in there, but like when they called my mom and they were like, oh yeah, like she did this and that, like, you know, the whole thing about being gay, my mom was ready to kick me out of the house, honey. Like she was livid. She was like, I better not go to that school and they tell me you're gay, because if they're gay, like you're basically dead. So yeah, I went home. I feel like my mom was like not even like paying attention to the fact that I was disrespectful. But my mom knows I'm disrespectful. Like my mom knows her kid. Like my mom knows that like if you push me, I'm gonna push back. Like she knows all of that. So it was no surprise. But I feel like she wasn't like as angry in the meeting, but because like she was just kind of relieved, like okay, she's not gay, good, okay, let's crank the chains up, everyone, like let's go home. So yeah, basically I got suspended for 3 days. I was at home, and it was no 3 days vacation. My mom took my phone for weeks, and I had to go to work with her. Like she was not giving me no breaks. Like she was like, this is not paradise, you gonna work. And then after like I just went back to school, and that very same day I got in trouble. Like that very same day I got in trouble because I got back to school. So like at this point all my teachers know that I got suspended, so they're just being catty to me, and I'm gonna be catty back. Like I was in class, I raised my hand, and I was the only one raising my hand. Like, you're lucky I'm participating. She's like, well, she was just giving me an attitude, and I was like, whatever. Whatever. She sent me to the door, just all of that. And yeah, basically I just took my 3-day suspension. I went home, did not care, whatever. So this is it. I finished my bucket list. Last 3 things that I added is I want to join more clubs and actually go to them. The next is I want to participate in every holiday. So I want to dress up and go take pictures at the pumpkin patch. I want to take pictures of my friends for Christmas, like just all of that. Like I want to participate in all of those. And last but not least, I want to have the best senior year. Like I actually want to have fun, because this is my last time being a kid. I turned 18 coming December. So all in all, like my childhood is just wrapping up, and my past years of high school was just hell. I hated it. Just wanted to like off myself basically. So this is it, you know. Got 3 days suspension. I went home, went back to school, and I moved to America like in like June when the school year was ending. So I just disappeared, didn't know where I went, and I moved on with my life, and they moved on with their life. So this is my bucket list, you guys. So thank you so much for listening to my story time. I will definitely be filming more story times, and be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.